All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome into Talkin' T-Wolves. I am Garrett, and I'm joined by my buddy Mike Baltz here. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Wolves win.
They
I'm
won
in.
tonight. They beat
Great
Tom
game.
Thibodeau,
Thibs.
the Thibby. The Tibby Thibby. Yes, we got a win, and it was end of the wire win, wouldn't you say? I mean, jeez.
It was chaos, utter chaos, and he has to be so upset, and I'm there for it. I miss him being upset on our sidelines as much as it wasn't necessarily a amazing era. He did take us to the playoffs,
Yeah.
but I will say it's funny in a quarantine because the Knicks don't get a lot of national TV games, so I watch a lot. I've seen like half of a Knicks game this year, and it's fun to hear him on the sidelines because without all the fans, you can clearly hear everything he's saying.
Yeah, he
Like
was loud tonight.
at one point he kept yelling 78, which I'm guessing is a play, but it was just like 78, 78, 78. It was just like it was funny.
Yeah. I thought it was funny to see him there. He always, I mean, we've said it, he reminds me of the penguin. And all he needs is a little monocle and yelling 78, 78. I think that would work for him. He's a total Batman villain. It was good to hand him a loss tonight, I'd say, yes.
Oh, because it was a special thing for him, and like he's the kind of guy that holds a grudge to his grave
Oh,
and
yeah.
beyond. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard any of his pregame press conference or interview, but he gave him like a one line, like, "Oh, I always hold a special place for Minnesota. I've made a lot of friends here," and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, oh.
So yeah, we might as well start with the win tonight against the Knicks. It was a pretty good game. The first half we got down. Well, I think the biggest lead the Knicks had was 14 points, 15 points lead,
It
but
looked
we
worse
were
than
able to
that.
cut it. Was it worse than that?
It felt worse than that. I mean, like at the beginning of the game. I mean, I was saying this to you earlier, but like they could not make a layup, a dunk. We just missed everything, and it looked at a certain point like I think it was early in the second quarter. They were talking about how we had 28 points or something like that. And it was like, it didn't even look like we were going to be able to get to 80. So the fact that we pulled it off, and as chaos as it was at times, it was a roller coaster. It was fun. And most importantly, our young guys came through in the clutch.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the way Jaden McDaniels played tonight specifically. I mean, he was shooting three balls in the first half. He was on fire. The way that the length that he can play with and be an impact not just defensively with his shot blocking and rebounding skills, but when you watch him play defense, like he's got those arms spread out. He looks like the albatross with these giant wings, and he's playing defense the way it should be done, right? He reminds me a lot of KG. Like he's got that length that you can't get the God gives you. And he's got it and he's playing well with it.
Well, like for in the pre Chris Finch era, he was getting one to maybe three-point looks occasionally, sometimes none for an entire game. But also, like, he was hesitating, and it takes reps to get confidence. And now he's got that confidence, and he's shooting like 60% from three in the last four games. It's not a lot of attempts, but like, if we can get this guy open, especially before teams figure this out completely, I mean, he just looks like a baller. He gets blocks. He's everywhere on defense. We're giving him the assignment of their best player in a lot of cases, and he's coming through. He didn't shut down Harden, but he played amazing against Harden in the Nets game.
Yeah.
And the final score of the Nets game was not indicative of how that game was.
No.
That was a game that was contested for three quarters, even a little bit into the fourth before they kind of blew it open a little bit. But a lot of that is Jaden because he was frustrating Harden, and you could tell like there was a couple times Harden backed out of his drives and moves and passed the ball because he's like, I can't get past this guy, and that never happens with James Harden.
Yeah, he locked down Harden pretty good during the Nets game. I can only he's the player the Wolves have needed for a very long time to lock down on defense and provide length and just frustration to the star player. Like imagine if Durant had played, he would match up better than anybody else on the team against him, right? And now he's proving you can trust him to be that defensive player the team needs, right?
Yeah, well, and going forward too, it's like you got Jaden. Jaden can guard those threes and fours, and he can stay with a guard as well. But like threes and fours is where he's going to get a lot of assignments, like those wings and maybe a power forward. But like we've also got a Kogi when he comes back to guard guards, and very few teams have a key defender that can guard 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe 5. Like that's a big thing, and like when we get a Kogi back, that's huge for us to be able to put that kind of lineup out.